What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay. Making his debut on the channel tonight, we have Mick Gordon. Yes, indeed. How about that? Mick Gordon making his debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those clicks and likes, make sure you watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from... this is a mouthful. Luka Zvegvelishvili. Hope I pronounced that name right. Also, Diego Rodriguez and Triple R. They all wanted to see me react to this song. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. They've been very patient, and here it is. Time has come today. Yeah! And we're gonna be checking this out. It is Mick Gordon with a song called BFG Division. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, okay, yeah, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Mick Gordon, shocking there, and the video has 15.6 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Mick Gordon, 11, BFG Division. I don't know what the 11 stands for. Maybe there's an actual soundtrack and that's the 11th song on the track. Or the 11th track on the CD. It's possible. Holy smokes. 8:26? All right. I wasn't expecting this to be long. It's coming from a video game, so I was not expecting an 8-minute long song. So hopefully it's good. We'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yeah, it's Doom. Surprise, surprise. So it's sextuplets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The subdivision work is interesting. The layouts are interesting. The slower tempo. For starters, let's start with the tempo. Slower tempo gives more opportunity for subdivision work to be done more extremely and cleanly. So that's good. And they are definitely taking some extremes and some liberties, but they're making it clean, so that's good. I mean, it's not so much the fact that they're doing the sextuplets. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I love sextuplets, but at a slower tempo, or triplets at a faster tempo. Take your pick. It's, apples and oranges. But there's still fruit. You know what I mean? It's not so much the fact that they're doing those sextuplets. It's the layouts. It's not so much what they're playing. It's when they don't play that's catching my attention more than anything else. It's interesting. It's different, but it's still moving forward, and it's still pulsing. It's still driving. So, I mean, it's good. It's good. The use of the guitar through all of those digital boards to get an effect, not so much to be used as a guitar, but to be used more to create a specific effect. So you're taking analog and you're mixing it with digital, or using an analog instrument to produce a digital sound. I mean, look, it's getting the job done. It's absolutely getting the job done. It's just like when I saw the guitar, I was like, oh, cool, we're gonna hear some guitar. Not really. We're hearing a guitar being used for the sake of producing a specific sound. So it's an interesting take, mixing digital with analog. It's interesting. I don't know if I'm necessarily a fan of it, but it is genius. I will say, look, they were looking for a specific sound. They figured out how to get that sound in a very unconventional way, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine. I just don't know if I'm necessarily a fan of it, but it works. It gets the job done. So let's keep going here. Good places I need to pause. Those layouts are just fantastic. And they're so easy. It's not anything all that difficult. So so technically, if you want to get technical, they're playing in 24/8. No, it wouldn't be 24/8, would it? Or would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, actually, it would be 24/8, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, 24/8. Okay, cool. So in each measure, you got 6 sextuplets, right? The first measure, so it's a 4-measure phrase. First measure, you play in all 6. Now in measures 2 and measures 3 and measure 4, they're not playing on 1. That's the layout. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is always being laid out on measures 2, 3, and 4. It's something, and here's the thing. You write that down on paper, and it seems so simple. It's like, oh, no problem, right? Until you try to play it. Because as musicians, we always want to play on the downbeat of 1. We always want to play on 1. We always do. So being told don't play on 1, it's a little weird. It is a little weird. It's a little uncomfortable. But I think that's part of the appeal of the song, is I think they want you to have that little bit of uncomfortableness to perpetuate you forward and to help drive you forward to get to 2 as quickly as possible, which I think is part of the driving force of the song. And then those syncopations on that breakdown, really nice, all together, nice and tight. I mean, I know it's all one guy and he's doing it all by. I keep saying they because I keep hearing multiple instruments. So I mean, or multiple voicings. So I don't know why I keep saying they. It's just one dude, but I mean, it's hard for me for some reason. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But having it as tight as it was, it sounded really good. I don't know. I mean, I at first I wasn't a big fan of that guitar being used to produce a sound as opposed to being an actual guitar. They're using the guitar to produce a specific sound effect, a specific tone, rather than playing it as a guitar. But the more I listen to it, I think the more it's growing on me. I think I'm starting to acclimate to it a little bit better. So, I don't know. Time will tell. We're only halfway through the song. Yikes. Let's keep going. I think we're actually in 12/8. But just with a halftime feel. Actually, no, we did 12/8 with stuff. Actually, that wouldn't make sense, would it? We're at 12/8. Okay, 12/8, not 24/8. Go ahead, hit me with corrections and retractions. Go ahead.
Corrections and retractions.
All right, so earlier I said I believed it was in 24/8. I stand corrected. I think actually it makes more sense to be in 12/8. So here's how it would work. 12/8, instead of playing 18th notes, so instead of putting 3 8th notes, you're gonna put 6 16th notes, which would translate to sextuplet feel. So yeah, that makes more sense. 1 2 3 4 5 6 3 4. Yeah. 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3. Yeah. No, wait a minute. Hold on. No, that's right. It's just it's all in the feel. It's just all in the feel. It's that triplet feel as opposed to a straight 16th feel. Okay. No, that's okay. So on paper it would be 6 16ths, but you play it in a triplet feel. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 Yeah. Okay, so it's see, this is where feel can really come into play here. So you're taking 6 16th notes, and rather than play them straight, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's the same pattern. It's the same number of notes. It's just all in the feel. And this is where, I mean, like I said, you could write 6 16th notes, and you could put it in 12/8 time, and it can look straight, or you could look at it as have it playing in that triplet feel. It's so funny how music is done and how music can be interpreted.
What?
Or interpreted, I'm sorry. Interpreted. Is that really a word? I don't even know.
You imbecile! You bloated idiot!
But yeah, it's funny how music can be interpreted. It really comes down to one simple thing, and that's feel. How it's interpreted and how you feel it. In this case, he was going specifically for that triplet feel. And it's all about the accents. It's all about the not even about the placement, but the placement of the accents, yes. But the note placement doesn't even change. It's just all in the approach and all in the placement of accents. It's funny, man. Music is a funny thing. It really is. And that's one of the reasons why I love playing music so much, is because you can you get that sheet of paper in front of you, and it's like, okay, now is this straight 16ths, or is this, I mean, it says we're in 12/8. So is this straight, or is this with a swing feel? Or is this with a triplet feel? I mean, how is this supposed to be done? You know, and that's up to the director. That's up to the producer to tell you, and you say, you know, we're going for this type of a feel. And then you listen to it, and you're like you listen to what's being done within the drum pattern, and you're like, okay, yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that pattern. Okay, well, let's work with this. So it's cool how that happens. Let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review. necessary. They should have just ended it. Pop. Unless it leads into the next track, which it might have with that little swell at the end. It might have led into the next track. At that point, it is necessary. So, I don't know. I personally, would have just preferred a clean ending. You know, just ended it right there. Interesting. Definitely interesting. I don't know about this. Part of me liked it. Part of me wasn't. I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it, but okay. You know what? No. I'll save it for the review. I'll see you there and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Mick Gordon with BFG Division. This was a request from Luca Zegvelishvili, Diego Rodriguez, and Triple R. Okay, I thought about this, and it's gonna require a little explanation, but I think once I explain where I'm coming from on the score, I think the score will probably make a lot more sense than it just does at face value. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am gonna give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I liked it. Okay, I did like it to an extent. Will I ever put this on a playlist? No, I don't ever see that happening. If I ever do get around to playing these games and this song kicks in, will I enjoy it? Within the context of the game, probably. I probably will. Now, here's the thing. I don't know where in this game this song is used. Now, I have a theory. I don't see this song being used in a boss battle. It's for starters, it's too long. I don't see it being used in a boss battle whatsoever. I don't get the feel of a boss battle. This song doesn't feel like boss battle material. I also don't think it's being used in a cutscene. I feel like this is campaign music. Like this song is just looped and played throughout the course of an entire level. Now, I don't know if I'm accurate with that assumption or not. This is the type of feel I'm getting from the song. It definitely does not feel like boss battle. I guess it could be cutscene, but I feel like the energy of the song would be wasted on a cutscene. I feel like this is the type of song that is meant to help drive you forward, which as a result pushes your playing forward, and as a result makes you want to push your character forward through a level. To get through the level, maybe it's a timed level, maybe to get through the level as quickly as possible, or just to hurry up and get through the level so you can get to that boss battle. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like this is a campaign style of music. So let me know in the comments if I'm right about that. I would love to know if I'm being accurate in my assumption there. As far as the song itself goes, the mixing of digital and analog can be a slippery slope. I've heard people try and I've heard people fail, and I've also heard people try and I've heard people succeed. I'm gonna go on record and say this was a success. It didn't sound messy. It didn't sound garbled. It never sounded overly processed. I mean, is it processed? Yes, obviously it's processed. Like this is like the output. It's a 100% digital output without question. Even the guitar is being used for a specific reason, going through a whole bunch of digital boards to produce a specific sound effect. Now that sound effect is being used as a musical tone, but it is not being used as your typical guitar. You're not seeing chords being played, no solos, no melodic lines. It is literally being used to play a single solitary tone. Am I a fan of that? I can't say I'm a fan, but I will say this. It did grow on me. Like, at first I was like, but by the end of the song, I was like, okay, it's working. It's definitely working. And listen, props to Mick Gordon for having the out-of-the-box thinking style to take an analog instrument and produce a digital sound like that. I mean, I'm sure in his head, he had a specific sound he was looking for. And he used an analog instrument, he used a guitar to produce that sound by putting it through a whole bunch of digital boards. Listen, props to him for having the foresight and having the ability to think outside the box and say to himself, okay, I'm looking for the specific sound. How am I going to get it? Here's a guitar. Let's see if I can get it with this. Kudos to him. And kudos to him. And the songwriting as a whole was very well done. Is definitely video game music without question. I could not see this song being used in a commercial. I could not see this song being used in a television show. I could not see this song being used at sporting events. Movies. Maybe, possibly. It depends on how it would be utilized. I mean, like a fight sequence, possibly, or a battle sequence, possibly. It doesn't even have to be a Doom movie. It could be any movie. But yeah, maybe, possibly. Like I said, it all depends on the context. It all depends on how it's used. The songwriting, like I said, was really well done. Loved the subdivision work in this. Absolutely dug it. Really kind of throwing me for a loop. Like I said, at first I felt like it was 24/8, but I'm like, no, I don't think it's 24/8. I think it's actually 12/8. But instead of playing eights and putting 3/8 in a measure, I think it's 16ths, and you're going to put 6 16th notes in that measure, and you're going to give it a triplet feel. And this is where feel really comes to play in music. I mean, you could take that 6 16th note measure and you could play it straight and make it feel like 3/4 time, or you could play it with that triplet feel and give it that 12/8 feel. So it's really interesting to see how a feel can affect musical notes on paper. So it's cool. It's really cool. And he did a great job of putting that across. It does have a good feel. It does have a good attitude. It does have a good amount of energy. It does have a good drive. I just don't see myself ever putting this on a playlist because I'll be honest with you, it is, okay, if I'm being honest here, it is a little monotonous. It's very repetitive. Perfect for video games. Absolutely perfect for video games. But for just, driving and listening in a car, I don't know. If it was half the length, maybe. If there was more moving parts in the song, maybe. Like if there was verses and chord, maybe if there were lyrics, maybe it would help. Even though I'm not a lyrics guy, but even then, maybe that would help. Maybe then I might feel compelled to put it on a playlist, but as it stands right now, I just don't see the compulsion to put it on a playlist. So there's that.
And I'm highly critical.
But overall, I do feel like the song was well written, well constructed, well done. It does the job. And like I said, being a video game song, you are going to want that, for lack of a better word, loopability and length, because let's be honest, there are a lot of video games out there that have levels that will take you 15, 20 minutes to complete. So, having a song that is 8 minutes long makes perfect sense, and I can absolutely see the loopability in this song. So kudos to them. Great song for a video game that I have yet to play. Again, let me know in the comments, is this game worth playing? If it is, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I feel good with that 8.2. It is a great score for what I do feel, believe it or not, is a great song. May not necessarily be my cup of tea, but it is a great song nonetheless. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.